Yes. Uh, yes, sir. Sumit borrowed 16,000 rupees at a rate of 5 rupees per annum, compounded annually. How much money would he pay after 2 years due to his dues, to clear his dues?
Yes, Yeshwa. So they said that Sumit borrowed 16,000 rupees, Yeshwa. Means this is the starting value, which we'll call it as principal. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How much? 16,000. Rate of interest, R percentage is equal to 5. Per annum, per annum means every year 5%. Compounded annually. This word is important in this chapter, Yeshwa. Compounded yearly, compounded half yearly, like that you will be seeing the statements. Compounded yearly means whatever the time they asked, that will count it in number of years. Means, for example, here, how much money would he pay after 2 years to clear his dues? Means finally, the time is 2 years. Compounded annually here. Suppose if it is compounded annually, instead of compounded annually, compounded half yearly is there, suppose. Then how much money he'll pay after 2 years means in 2 years, 4 half years will be there.
Yes,
So
sir.
n we should take 4 in that case. Here compounded annually means yearly every time once only. So 2 years means n will be 2 years. So now they're asking how much money would he pay after 2 years means amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. So P is how much? 16,000 into 1 plus R is how much? 5 by 100 whole power. N is how much? 2. So yesterday, same like yesterday, you will add this and then you will apply the square and you will do the calculation perfectly. Etc. Here, this we have to first 5 and 100. If you want, you can cut it, no problem. So it will become 5 1 is a 520 is a. So 1 by 20. And now we need to add these two first. 60,000 1 plus 1 by 20 after doing LCM, how much it will become? Into 20 into 20. LCM. So you'll get 21 20 plus 1. 21 by 20 whole square, which is equal to 16,000 into 21 by 20 into 21 by 20. Now you can do cancellations. Zeros will get cut. 2 ones are 2 80s are. Then 2 one more 2 is there. Here 2 ones are 2 40s are. So answer is 21 into 21 into 40. That will be the amount. So 441, 21 into 21 is 441 into 40, which is 17640 rupees. Okay. This is the amount, this is the money which he need to pay finally after 2 years. He carried 16,000 rupees as per that 5% per annum is 17,640 rupees it will be. Okay. Which option?
Yes, sir.
C. Option C. Okay, sure.
Sir, 1 second, sir. Right.
Okay, sure. Once you read the third question.
Assertion. Assertion. It is profitable to deposit rupees 1,000 for 3 years at the rate of 4% per annum compounded annually, then depositing the same amount for 2 years at the rate of 5% per annum compounded annually.
So here, Reshwa, 1,000 for 3 years at the rate of 4% per annum, than depositing same amount for 2 years at the rate of 5% per annum compounded annually. Both of them are compounded annually on Reshwa. Okay. So here automatically it is profitable to 1,000 for 3 years, Reshwa. It is 4%. And here it is same amount for 2 years at 5%. So we'll check it. In both the cases, how much we'll get interest, we'll check it. Okay. So in the first case, third one, first case, 1,000 for 3 years. Situation one is 1,000, N is 3, R is 4%. So we'll find out the amount here. Amount how much we'll get? A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. So 1,000 into 1 plus R is 4 by 100 whole power n is 3 years. So 1,000 into 4 and 100 will get cut extra 1 by 25. 1 plus 1 by 25 means it will become how much extra? 20. 1 plus 1 by 25 after LCM will get 26 by 25. And directly writing extra. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because 4 and 25 will get cut. 4 1 ja 4 1 ja 4 25 ja 1 plus 1 by 25 is 26 by 25. So 26 by 25 whole cube. Okay, sure.
Yes, sir.
So 1,000 into 26 by 25 into 26 by 25 into 26 by 25. So 25 and 1,000 it will get cut extra. 25 ones 25 fours 40. And one more 5 fives 5 eights. Then we are left with here 8 will be there. And then we need to multiply the numerators and we need to divide extra. Okay. 8 into 26 into 26 into 26 by 5 into 25.
Yes, sir.
You get 8 into this is the amount. So after doing this extra, you will get multiplication. You will get 140 is 1124.1124.864. Okay,
Yes,
Ishwa.
sir. Yes, sir.
This is the first case. That is this much amount he has to give it for 1,000 rupees after 3 years at 4% per annum. Now case two. Case two, if you observe, what is case two, Ishwa? P is equal to, again same 1,000 they said, but this time rate percent is 4. 4, 5, 5. Rate percentage is 5. Okay, as per the question, they said if the rate in the third question, they said that depositing the same amount for 2 years at the rate of 5%. We can see there on the third line of third question, second line of third question. So, but now the time is only 2 years, this time, compounded year.
Yes, sir.
So now n is 2 years. So we'll use the formula now. A is equal to P into same formula, P is 1,000 into 1 plus R by 100, 5 by 100, whole power 2. So we get 1,000 into 5 by 100 is 1 by 20. So 1 plus 1 by 20 will get 21 by 20 whole square. So 1,000 into 21 by 20 into 21 by 20. Two zeros will get cut. Two ones are, two pies are. So we'll get one denominator, we have two, one more two. So we get 5 into 21 into 21 by 2. 5 into 21 into 21. 2205 by 2 is 1102.5. So if you observe, Ishwa, both of them, first amount, the starting amount, like if in the first case, it is 4% per annum, 3 years. The interest end is is the final amount is 1124.864. Okay. Whereas here in the second case, same 1,000 rupees, 5% per annum instead of 4% for 2 years only. So it is becoming 1,102.5. So which is better ratio now? Means in terms of more money, more returns, means case one is better now. Because in the case one, they're getting finally the amount as 1,124.864, whereas in the second case they're getting it as 1,102.5.
Yes, sir.
So because of that reason, what did the assertion states? Assertion states that it is profitable to deposit 1,000 for 3 years at the rate of 4% per annum, compounded annually, and depositing the same amount for 2 years at the rate of 5% per annum, compounded annually. Yes, that is true. Okay. By looking at the amounts in both the cases, we got it. Okay, sure.
Yes, sir.
So now, after that, Ishwa, second, compound interest is equal to amount minus principal. That is true.
Yes, sir.
So, Ishwa, if you observe both the things, the amount minus principal, actually, if you find out the compound interest in both the cases, clearly, compound interest is more in the case one. That is why it is profitable. No?
Yes, sir.
So here, Ishwa, actually, the reason is true and RA is also true, Ishwa. But it is profitable thing. Profitable we can tell only after solving the entire. So because of that reason, Ashwa, so we cannot tell directly it is profitable or not. So because of that reason, according to me, A and R are true and R is not the correct explanation of it. Because um, if it is correct explanation of A, Ashwa, we should component actually compound interest because compound interest is more in the first case than the second case. Because the reason is we clearly saw 1124.864 rupees, whereas they are 1102.5 rupees.
Yes, sir.
So because if we do amount minus principal in both the cases, we can clearly get it. So in that way, if you see Ashwa, reason can be correct explanation of the only we can tell. If we compare in that way, if you if you just subtract the amount minus principal, by looking at the compound interest only, we can say that it is profitable. No? So because of that reason, we can tell it's the correct explanation of the answer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sure. So we got clearly it is profitable for that 3 years, 4% for 1,000 rupees, and compared with the same 1,000 rupees for 2 years at 5%. So fourth question, shall I delete it, Ashma?
Yes, sir. You can delete.
If you see till now, Ashma, we didn't use any no formula. Also, all the first three questions are direct. They gave principal, time, and rate of interest. We substituted in the formula of A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power. Okay. As of now, there are no indirect questions. So, reason compound interest is equal to 1 minus principal is a compound. Shall we delete this dash one?
Yes, sir. You can delete it.
This dash one. Then fourth one dash one. Once you read the question.
Yes, sir. Assertion: compound interest is always greater than simple interest for any number of years. Reason: in case of compound interest, interest is added to the principal after every year.
Yes, dash one. That is, CI is always greater than for any number of years. Yes, dash one. Why it is greater than simple interest? Because the reason is compound interest cases, interest is added to the principal after every year. So for the next year when they calculate, no, they have to like for example, starting value is 10,000 dash, 1,000 rupees is interest, let us say. So in the next year, this 10,000 plus 1,000, on 11,000 they'll calculate the interest. So because of that reason, compound interest will be generally more. Whereas simple interest is actually for simple interest is actually what they will do is in simple interest, they'll always calculate the interest on the same original principal, starting principal. Okay, sure.
Yes, sir.
Because of that reason, so here CI is always greater than SI for any number of years. So in case of compound interest, interest is added to the principal after every year. That is the reason why it is that CI is always greater than SI for any number of years. So both A and R are true and R is correct explanation of it. Actually, they should maintain little clarity in the statement, Ashwar. They are just framing for namesake because in every chapter they have to frame some assertion, reasoning questions in the uh, sheet. So that is why. But actually here, CI generally compound interest will be equal to simple interest for the first year, Ashwar. For the first month or first year as per their transactions. That should be
Yes, sir.
maintained. That should be given clarity there. CI is always greater, they said, always they said. CI is equal to SI for the first year, and from the next year onwards, CI will be always greater than simple interest. Actually, that is more plain. That should be given there. CI is always greater than SI for any number of years. That is according to me, Ashwar, little clarity is required in the statement. For any number of years, it's means maybe it is more than one then in that case only, because if it is for the first year ratio or the first month, generally CI will be equal to simple interest only for the first month only or for the first year as per the question. But after that, from the next year onwards, how many years if you take also, SI is always same, but CI will be more. Okay, sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sure. In exam, mostly they'll give you more clear. Fifth one is sure. And she'll read the question. Is sure.
Yes, sir.
So why CI is greater than SI for any number of years is because in case of compound interest, interest is added to the principal after every year. So because of that reason, so and they are true. That is correct explanation of it. But for assertion, except for the first year, that should be clarity should be there. The question is. So read the question.
Yes, sir. What amount is to be repaid on a loan of 15,000 rupees for 2.5 years at a rate of 10,000 per annum compounded half yearly?
Actually, Yashwa, fourth question, once you confirm the assertion statement, Yashwa, I am doubtful with the assertion statement from the teacher or someone because CA is always CA will be equal to SI for the first year, Yashwa, and from then next year onwards, it will be always greater than SI. Okay. So they said always greater than SI for any number of years. So clarity is required according to me because always they use no. So that's why it is possible. As per the reason, there is no mistake. In case of compound interest, interest is added to the principal after every year. So in that way, there is no mistake. So teacher tells if the first statement assertion is true or false. Little. If it is true, Yashva, it means more than 1 year on. Because for the first year means CI will be equal to S. Okay, Yashva?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Okay, Shravan, so read the fifth question.
What
Fifth question.
amount is to be repaid on a loan of rupees 15,000 for 2.5 years at a rate of 10% per annum compounded half yearly?
So, Ishwa, here, what amount to be repaid on a loan of 15,000? So, starting value is P, which is 15,000 for 2.5 years, which means N. N is how much? Actually, here you should understand one thing, Ishwa. This is a new model. They said first time 10% per annum only, but compounded what? Compounded after compounded what is given, Ishwa? Hello?
So,
After compounded, what is given, Ishma?
half yearly.
Yes, Ishma. Half yearly means for how much time is this question? Overall total time is how much?
2.5 years.
Means we should not take 5 by 2.5 means 5 by 2, no?
Yes, sir.
We should not take 5 by 2 here. This is for the first time
So we
half
have to
yearly
take half of 5/2.
means in 5 in means Ishma here in 2.5 years, how many half years will be there? 2.5 years. In 1 year, 2 half years, no?
Yes, sir.
Half 6 months, 6 months. Like that, in 2.5 years, how many will be there?
Sir, 5.
So that we should have. Simply, how can you remember is whatever the time is given here, that double it extra. If it is half yearly question. Suppose 2 years is the time, then n you should write 4. Okay. If it is 3 years, you should write n as 6 for compounded half yearly cases. Because 6 times they'll do compounding thing. Okay. If it is 3 years. Every half year they'll do, no? That's why 6 times in 3 years. So if it is 2.5 years means every half year means 5 times they'll do compound. That's the reason. So P is given, N is given. Now 2 of double is 5. So R is 10. R percentage is 10. Now finally what we should do is show amount again. A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 full power n. N is again 5.
Yes, sir.
0, 0 cut. So 15,000 into 1 plus 1 by 10 whole power 5. So let 15,000 into 1 plus 1 by 10 is 11 by 10. 11 by 10 whole power 5. Which is 15,000 into 1 by 10 into 11 by 10 into 11 by 10 into 11 by 10 into 11 by 10. So 3 zeros will cut it. Sure.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. 3 zeros are cancelling. Now leftover things Seshwa are 15. Here 115 is there. 15 into 11 into 11 into 11 into 11 into 11 by here 110 is 100. So whatever numerator answer we get, we'll shift the decimal instead.
Yes, sir.
15 into 11 to 11 to how much is the numerator answer, Ishwa?
Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir, is the numerator 241565?
Yes, Ishwa, that is correct. So by 100 is I shifted 2 decimals from the last station. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll go to the next question. Shall I delete it, Ishwa?
Yes, sir, you can delete.
Yes, Ishwa. This is the final amount after 2.5 years compounded half year. Sixth question, Ishwa. Shall read the question, Ishwa.
A certain sum of money becomes rupees 8,788 in 9 months at 4 annum for compounded annually. Calculate the principal invested.
Yes, Ishwa. This time, certain sum of money becomes 8788. It becomes 8788. Means this is the amount, Ishwa. It becomes, means it's the final value. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Means it's the final value. Final value is called as amount. Now, in 9 months at 4% per annum, compounded annually. So 9 months means that is in months actually. We should convert it to years. So compounded annually only, so we need not double the years extra. So n is equal to 9 months means 9 by 12 years. We need to divide it 12 to convert it to years. The 3 is a, the 4 is a. Okay, Ishwa? Actually, Ishwa, this is the question where you got fraction, in value as fraction. So what we should do is, Ishwa, these type of questions, it's means it is less than 1 year actually. 9 months is less than 1 year. Is that Ishwa?
Yes, sir.
So because of that reason, Ishwa, here n value we are getting it as a we will get it as a fraction. So for that reason, what we will do is we will take first this value, like for example, let us take the 9 months one as a, we will split it into parts, Ishwa. Just a second. Seventh one, Ishwa. Sixth one, I'll explain it tomorrow, Ishwa.
Ajay invested 24,000 rupees at 4% per annum compounded annually. After how many years will his investment amount be rupees 27,783?
It's Ishwa. His starting investment is how much, Ishwa? 24,000, no?
Yes, sir.
The starting value is called principal. Now 5% per annum, R percent is 5. Okay, sure.
Yes, sir.
Now compounded annually they said in how many years? Means and they're asking. Question mark, how many years? Investment amount will become A is equal to 27,783. Means they gave the amount as well there already. It will become that much. Okay. As an investment amount B 77,783 means it's the final amount. Okay, sure. Is it okay? So now the formula I'm applying. A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. So A is how much? 27,783 is equal to P is how much? 24,000 into 1 plus R is how much? 5 by 100 whole power n. N is how much? We need to find. And we'll keep it like that, okay? So this 24,000 will come left side, so it is multiplied, no? It will come left side, it will come to the denominator. Okay? Is equal to 1 plus 5 by 100 whole power. Now, we can do some cancellations here, which I think these two together, will they go with any number? Should definitely go actually. 3 table they'll go, Ishwa. 3 table. So 3 8s are 3 8,000 will become 3 9s are 27, 3 2s are 6, 3 6 are 18. Okay. Yes. Now, which table we can cut again? 9 2 6 1 is there, and 5 table it will not go. 7 2 8 will go with only 2 table and 5 table, and the other 7 9 will 3 table it will not go. No. Okay, so this much only we cannot do further anything here. Now right side 5 and 100 we can cut it first. Okay, 520 is there. So 9261 by 8,000 is equal to 1 plus 5 by 20 whole power, sorry, 1 plus 1 by 20 whole power n. So 1 plus 1 by 20 is 21 by 20. 21 by 20 whole power n is equal to 9261 by 8000. Now Vishwa, here exponents and powers we should apply. I can write 9261 by 8000 as a 21 by 20 whole cube, Vishwa. Then how to get the idea? On the right side we have 21 by 20, Vishwa.
Yes, sir.
Right, you have to check 20 into 20 into 20 is 8000. Then immediately that numerator 21 into 21 into 21. We should multiply in the rough space, and if you are getting 9261, then it is 21 cube. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nine. So that is how I wrote that as 9261 is 21 cube, and 20 cube is 8000. So 21, that 21 cube by 20 cube will become 21 by 20 whole cube by loss of exponent a power m by b power m equal to a by b whole power m. Okay. So now by comparing the equation ratio, both LHS RHS bases are same. So equation power should be equal. No, loss of exponents recently we did it. Yes or no?
Yes.
So finally answer n is equal to, so n is equal to 3. Okay. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, sure. Answer is number of years is 3, sure. But 7th question. Shall I delete it, Ashwa?
Yes, sir. You can do it.
Okay, sure. 8th one, Ashwa. So read the question.
Yes, sir. At what rate will the sum of rupees 8,000 become rupees 9,261 years in 3 years? Rupees 9,261 in 3 years with the interest is compounded annually.
It's Ashwa. So at what rate will sum of 8,000 means what P is 8,000. Become 9261. Become means it's the final value. Amount 9,261. Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
in 3 years time, then is 3 years. If the interest is compounded annually, means it's per year only. So that's why n will be 3 only. That's why I wrote n as 3 years only, because compounded annually. Compounded half yearly means in 3 years, 6 half years will be there. So 6 we should write if it is half yearly. Okay. Then what did they ask? At what rate percent? That is starting R they are asking. R percent equal to question mark. So formula A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 in power n. A is how much? 9261 is equal to P into 8000 into 1 plus R by 100 is, we need to find out R only by 100 whole power n as 3. So 8,000 will come left side, it will become 9261 by 8,000 is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole power 3. Now again same issue. In before question only we got 9 to 6 1 by 8,000. If you remember. Okay. So it is which cube? 21 by 20 whole cube. If you didn't get the idea, then what we should do? We should do prime factorization of 9 to 6 1 and 8,000 Ishma. Okay. So finally, you will get which cube is the cube, or you will understand after doing like it will be 20 into 20 into 20 is 8,000, 21 into 21 into 21 is 9 to 61. This 21 by 20 whole cube. By looking at right side power 3 also, you can understand. This power 3 means here 8,000 is there, 2 cube is 8, like that. Okay. So 1 plus r by 100 whole power 3. Now by observing again, bases, you can see powers are equal this time. So bases must be equal. In an equation, if suppose LHS RHS, here powers are equal. So bases must be equal. What are the bases here? 1 plus r by 100 is the RHS. And 21 by 20 is the RHS. LHS means the other base is 21 by 20. Now 1 will go that side. 21 by 20 minus 1. R by 100 is equal to 21 by 20 minus 1. So it is independent. If you do it, Teshwa, how much it will become? It is 1 by 1. No? LCM into 20 into 20 become. So R by 100 is equal to 21 minus 20. The 20 into 20. You get 21 minus 20 is 120. So cross multiplication, you get 20 R is equal to 100. R is equal to 100 by 20. So it's 5. So finally, R percentage is equal to 5. Okay, sure. Any doubt, sure?
No, sir.
Okay, sure.